Welcome to this free immigration help channel. Today is September 17th, 2023, and today we're going to be talking about the brand new visa bulletin that just came up for October 2023. In this video, I will explain briefly what visa bulletin is if you're not familiar. I will explain briefly on how to read it and how to understand it. And of course, we will compare all of the information from October 2023 visa bulletin with September 2023 visa bulletin. And we will discuss what movement for what category and for which chargeability area. Now, as always, before beginning this video, as I always mention in every video on this channel, I'm going to mention it here. I'm not an immigration attorney. This is not legal advice. All the information provided in this particular video is, as you can see, directly from the US Department of State website for their Bureau of Consular Affairs section. So let's start with the comparison. I have the October 2023 pulled up here. I have September 2023 pulled up here. So let me briefly explain. So the visa bulletin, if you are in one of the four family sponsor preference categories, F1, F2, F3, F4, you are dealing with the visa backlog, with the immigration visa backlog. So I-130 has been filed by the petitioner. You are the petitioner or your beneficiary to wait, to know how long you will be approximately, to estimate how long you will be waiting for the availability of the immigrant visa. You are looking at the visa bulletin. Visa bulletin comes out every month, and if you are dealing with the visa backlog, if you are in one of the four family preference categories in a family reunification case, then you absolutely definitely have to stay on top of the visa bulletin. It is very, very important. So if you look, there are, the family preference categories are explained here. There's F1, there's F2A, F2B, F3, and F4, depending on which, who the petitioner is, who the beneficiary is. For example, if you are unmarried son or daughter of a US citizen and you are over 21 years old, you will be in F1 category. So if you're in F1, obviously you will be looking at the F1 row right here. There's also the chargeability areas. As you can see, there's all chargeability for the rest of the world, which is all the countries out there except China, India, Mexico, and Philippines. These four countries, they do have their separate chargeability area. So if you are from one of those four countries, then you're obviously going to be looking at the corresponding column. All right. Now, you will also notice that there's two different graphs. There's graph A, final action dates, and there's also graph B, dates for filing. Now, if you have just been approved, if your I-130 has just been approved by USCIS and transferred to the NVC, and you are waiting for the NVC portal to open up so that you can start your documentary qualification process, and that's what you're interested to find out, when the NVC portal is going to be opening up, you will be looking at the graph B. That's what the graph B is showing, when approximately the NVC portal is opening up. And then the graph A is the full length of the backlog, basically, that you will be waiting when your immigrant visa becomes available. So if you are already documentarily qualified and you are, want to kind of get a rough estimate of when your interview is going to be, you will be looking at the graph A. Now, the dates. It's probably one of the more confusing parts of this. What are these dates right here? Well, these are the priority dates. So, for example, if we are talking about, again, let's say F1, you're a son of a US citizen and you're over 21, so you're in F1 category, and you are rest of the world, so any country other than China, India, Mexico, or Philippines. Right now, it is showing January 1st, 2015. That is the priority date. So people in F1 category in all chargeability area with the priority date on or before January 1st, 2015, they are now, or after, well, actually before, they are just now, you see, you do get confused pretty easily with this. But that's when the priority date that is now current, January 1st, 2015. So for example, if your priority date is January 1st, 2016, by looking at this and knowing that as of October 2023, the priority date that is becoming current is January 2015, you can roughly estimate that you have about 1 year to wait before availability of your immigrant visa. But again, always kind of double check yourself, because like I said, going and considering that the visa bulletin moves always, it's pretty easy to get confused. So let's open up now the September 2023. I'm going to scroll down to both of the graphs, starting with a graph A like this at the top, and I'm going to scroll down the same way on the graph A right here on October. So this is September and this is October. Let me try to get it on the same exact level so that it is lined up. See if it's possible. Well, it's close enough. So let's start with F1, and as you can see, this is September. We got January 15, January 15, January 15. For Mexico, it is April 2001, and for Philippines, it is March 2012. Let's look at the October 15, 15, 15. April 01, March, so absolutely no movement, unfortunately, from September to October visa bulletin for F1 category. Let's take a look at the F2A. Again, this is September, and in September we had January 2018, January 2018 for China, same thing for India, September 2016 for Mexico, and again January 2018 from Philippines. Let's look at the October 2023 now. Okay, looks like there is a significant movement, positive movement, very good movement, because these actually moved ahead. As you can see, it moved over a year and 1 month. It moved from January 2018 to February 2019 for F2A, for all chargeability. For China, it moved the same way. For India, the same way. For Mexico, it moved quite a long shot for Mexico. It moved all the way from September 2016. It moved like more than 2.5 years to February 2019, which is great because Mexico is one of those chargeability areas where it takes forever for everything. And then Philippines, same thing. So it looks like for everyone in F2A category, which is spouses and children under 21 of permanent residents, they have benefited quite a lot from October 2023 visa bulletin release. So that's definitely good news. Moving further to F2B, this is September 2023 visa bulletin we're looking at right now. I'm going to highlight this so that you know where to look at. So F2B, we got September 15, September 15, September 15. Mexico is August 2001. You see what I'm saying now. Mexico is like long wait times on some of these categories. Philippines, October 2011. So let's take a look at the October 2023 now. September 2015, September 2015. So no movement there. Looks like positive movement once again for Mexico in F2B. Great news for Mexico. So from August 2001, it moved to January 2002. So about 6 months movement. August, middle of the 2001, and January 2002. So like half a year movement forward, which is good. And then Philippines, no movement, unfortunately, for Philippines. Okay, we're back to September. This is September 2023. Let's take a look now at F3 category. So let's take a look at F3, by the way, is married sons and daughters of US citizens. And this is September 2023. So right now we're showing January 2009, January 2009, January 2009 for India. For Mexico, it's January 1998. Crazy. And then Philippines is June 2002. So looks like no movement on October 2023 for all chargeability, no movement for China, no movement for India. Let's see if there is anything. Yeah, looks like there's a tiny little bit of the movement for Mexico, just like 2 months forward. Something's better than nothing. And then Philippines, June 02, no movement for Philippines. And then moving further to F4, which is brothers and sisters of US citizens. This is September 2023. Let's look at October. So no movement for all chargeability, no movement for China. There is some movement for India, looks like. So September 2005 to October 2005. So looks like just under 1 month of movement, not a lot, but something is better than nothing for sure. And then Mexico, let's see, no movement for Mexico whatsoever. Philippines, 22 August 02, 22 August 02. So it looks like no movement for Philippines either. Okay, so let's scroll down now to the graph B, which is once again If you are documentarily qualified, if you're not documentarily qualified and you're waiting for your NVC portal to open up so that you can start your documentary qualification process and you want to know when it's going to be open, you're going to be looking at the graph B, which again is very, very important. So this is September 2023, same thing, chargeability areas, same thing, family preference categories, and the priority date. So it's exactly the same graph, but obviously we'll show a little bit later dates because this is now the NVC portal opening up. So it's just kind of like halfway throughout the process. So we got September 17, September 17, September 17. Copy this thing. There you go. This thing's coming up. I don't know why it's coming up. Mexico, Philippines, and then moving to October 2023, so no movement for all chargeability, no movement for China, for India, for Mexico, and for Philippines. Looks like there is no movement whatsoever on the graph B. Moving further to the next line. For F2A, no movement at all. Looks like no movement. September 2023, which is current, so that's pretty good. That's good news. We don't really expect much movement here anyway. As you can see, we are in September 2023 right now. So basically what that means is once you are approved, once your petition is approved by USCIS and is transferred to the NVC, once the NVC gets that case, they pretty much open up the portal immediately. So that's good news for sure. Now F2B, there's quite a long wait time. Let's see if there's any movement for F2B. January 17 on the September. On October, January 17. For Mexico is August 2004. So no movement for F2B, unfortunately, on the graph B in October. And let's see if there's anything for F3. Same thing, doesn't look like there is any movement for F3 whatsoever. And then F4, it doesn't seem like there is any movement for F4 either. Yeah, no movement at all for F4. So it looks like the graph B did not move at all in the October 2023 visa bulletin. So that's really it. This is the October 2023 visa bulletin. Now you know what moved, what did not move. So huge congratulations to everyone in F2A category. You know, hopefully we will see the rest of the categories follow with the future visa bulletin editions, releases. But again, hopefully from this video you can see how important it is to understand how to read the visa bulletin, and if you are in one of the four family preference categories, how important it is to every month to stay on top of it and keep checking on it. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing, because every month the new visa bulletin comes out. I will be doing videos like this. Next month, the November 2023 visa bulletin comes out. I'm gonna be comparing it to October 2023 visa bulletin and discussing what moved and what did not move. And if you have any questions, just post them in the comments below, and I will be addressing them sometime soon in one of my next answering your immigration related questions video releases. So thanks so much for watching. God bless. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you all in the next video.